In today's video, I want to show you how to reorganize the Entune infotainment screen in your Toyota vehicle. I have a 2016 Toyota Tacoma, but the system is shared across the Toyota lineup, and so this video is going to be applicable in a number of different Toyota vehicles. So this is the screen that I've saved on my vehicle. It's got navigation on the right-hand side of the screen. I've got my mile per gallon data on the top left with average MPGs and my remaining range. And in the bottom left, I've got my phone data. And this allows you to have 4 contacts saved on the screen that you can call with the push of a button. Now, in order to change this, you can press on the settings button here and click on home screen. And you can see here, this is again showing you how I had that set up. So I've got eco, phone, navigation, just as you saw. Now you can change this to be either a 2-panel screen or a 3-panel screen. What that means is if you push the 2-panel screen, you can see that now it's got either one setting on the left and one setting on the right, versus the 3-panel where you've got 2 and 1. Now the way that this works is whether you've got the 2-panel set up or the 3-panel, you can push on one of those options and you can choose what you want. So you've got options between audio, clock, eco, which is that mile per gallon information, navigation, phone, and weather. So let's say that I wanted to change that to a clock. So now it's phone and clock as my settings. So we'll go back to that home screen, and you can see now it's just phone on the left and clock on the right-hand side. Again, if we want to click on that and go to home screen, we could go back to that 3-panel. We could change navigation to be clock. Press OK. Now you can see it's got my phone, fuel economy, and then clock on the right-hand side. So we're going to go ahead and change that back to my preferred settings. So I've got navigation. There you go. So it returns back to that setting. So it's a pretty nice setup, very easy to use, and it's nice that it gives you that flexibility to choose your preferred setup depending on what you want to see on that screen. So taking things a step further, if you want to reorganize your apps tab, you can click on apps, and then it shows you all of these different options that are on there. So we've got our phone, audio system, navigation, eco, and by the push of that button, you can come into any of these and see what you want to see. If we click right, there's a number of apps that come through the Entune app, which can be downloaded on an app store. It's not an app that I've been real impressed with personally. I've tried to play with it a little bit, and typically I run into errors. And most of the functionality that it gives you, you can do through your smartphone anyway. And so trying to control it through the vehicle doesn't necessarily simplify things. So it's got all these different apps in there. This one, again, is pretty easy. If you wanted to reorder that, you can select an app and use the arrow buttons. So let's say that you want to move traffic. You can click on that option and then use these little arrows here to move it in either direction to get it to where you want to be. And the nice thing about that is it gives you the option to organize all of these apps in preference of where you would need them. So let's say that you download that Entune app and one of these apps on here, iHeartRadio, is one of your favorite apps. Rather than having to go to the second screen every time, it gives you that flexibility again to reorder it so that we can click on iHeartRadio, click on this arrow, and we can bring it up into the main screen. And so it's nice having that flexibility. Oops, did that wrong. We do not want it here. So we're going to put it back there because I don't use that app, and leave the main settings there. So it's pretty nice to be able to reorganize those depending on what your preferences are for apps. So as you can see, the Entune infotainment system is very user intuitive and easy to use. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. For more videos on the 3rd generation Tacoma, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.